Welcome to Grounds for Discussion,
And Title Talk.
where we bring together closing, processing, real estate.
And coffee, of course.
Whether you're a buyer, seller, agent, or fellow industry professional, join us as we unpack the processes that make real estate deals happen. Hi, I'm Jennifer, your escrow officer at Hogan Land Title on Primrose.
And I'm Barbi, your processor at Primrose.
Welcome back. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Barbi.
And today we have the fabulous Chris Bryant, author, trainer, and counselor all in one.
Woo! Wowza.
There's always a new way to introduce me,
Yes.
I guess. Counselor. I do have a
You keep
counselor.
adding things.
You
You
can
keep
come way
adding
out
things.
and tell me
yeah.
all your deep secrets.
Yes.
Well,
Actually, Chris, I want you to tell us your title first.
I'm a business coach and broker.
Broker.
So I get called counselor every once in a while, but business coach, that's what I was hired for, to help agents develop themselves and their business, and broker at Murney. Yeah.
Awesome.
well, what did you bring us to drink today?
Kingdom Coffee is what we're working with.
Okay,
So
wonderful.
There's, I usually am at either Architect or Kingdom. I got 4 Architect gift cards, so people know that I
They
like
know.
Architect.
They figured it
But it's
out.
because it was winter. Because in the
Okay.
summertime, I typically go to Kingdom because
Mm-hmm.
of their back porch. It's right on the trail, so I tend to like to go on little walks sometimes around the lunch hour, but usually in the weekdays you'll see me about 7 a.m. back porch of Kingdom.
Wonderful. Okay, well,
So
we're going
early.
to try
Okay,
it.
let's
I
try
haven't
it
ever had
together.
it, so here we
And
go.
what kind is it at
Cheers.
Kingdom? What kind is it?
Kingdom Coffee, it's just their regular
Americano.
roast. This is
right?
Americano. I don't know what you did.
The
What do you-
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do
same.
we
All
So
right.
no creams, no sugars?
Nope,
cream, no
not a
sugar.
thing.
I mean, I'm the one who got it. I should know what I got you.
Smooth and hot.
It's like a
Smooth.
delicious bass.
I love it.
That's from a movie. It's not really a bass.
It's nice.
All right, good. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
That was a Napoleon Dynamite reference.
I can't do the
bought you
movie.
a delicious bass. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So we want to talk about what made you write a book.
All right.
I'm gonna
asked
go right
myself
into
Going
that.
it.
right into it.
Go
I
right
asked
into it.
myself that numerous times. I knew it would challenge me. I knew it would cause me to face some fears. I knew it would cause me to grow. And it's just something I'd never done before. I love writing. I realized I wrote my first book actually at a church. It was just a little book on how to do life together in church, like how to do groups and like actually share lives together. So that was my first little example. But then I knew that I wanted to do this because, one, I thought it would be super helpful. I've coached hundreds of agents and helped agents launch the business. So I've kind of seen that there's a recipe. It's not the exact same because every person's different, but I've definitely seen there's variables that if you figure out how to put this variable in place for you, it'll be helpful. So I wrote it to be a tool to break up the steps into small little steps to where it would just help agents build a thriving real estate business.
There you
That's
go.
what it's for.
I
So
love
I
that.
wanted it to be my contribution, my help.
I
There
love
you go.
that. And it's kind of, tell us about the title of how
Yeah.
you came up with Dear Andi. And I
Yes.
love this.
Yeah, so I was in the workshop in Ozark, by the mill, writing, and I knew I wanted to write short little pieces. And so I thought, when I'm writing, I'm like, I need to be writing to an agent I'm actually talking to. And there was an agent I was coaching at the time, still able to work with her business, but her name is Andi. Super great agent to coach. Fantastic at what she does.
So fabulous.
Darling.
Yeah, she's
Darling,
amazing. And
cute.
so I just kind of grabbed your name and, sorry, Andi, I used you as a prompt. I was like, Dear Andi. And I decided I liked the letter format. I don't know if it's because I'm old and I remember Dear Abby.
Fonts.
This is
Oh,
Dear
oh,
Abby.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Little
Right.
throwback there.
Got
Yes.
But it was like, it just helped me to actually have an agent in my mind. And that they always tell you that to do with that
face.
marketing.
Yeah.
When you write something, do something, have a person in mind. Have a person in mind for your book was one of the things they said to do. So I was writing to Andi and coaching her in my mind. And she had already been through many of these steps. But that's where it came. I didn't plan on it when I was using her name as a prompt, but it stuck. And there's 40 letters that breaks up the real estate business and getting it off the ground, whether it's kind of stalled or whether it needs to get off the ground for the first time. It's 40 letters. They're short. They all have an action step. And that's what I wanted it to be. Our goldfish attention needs short.
Yeah.
So
So
that's what I
this
did.
is, so you're telling me this is really good for not only new agents, but agents that have been doing the business a long time and just need a little bit more
oomph,
oomph.
a little kick.
Yeah, I
Kind
would
of-
say so, because a lot of agents, myself included, like when I started 25 years ago this year, when I started in real estate, you kind of just throw things against the wall and see what works. And you kind of do, that's not a bad thing in some way, but if you actually build it with some intention and some structure, it can be night and day difference. And so a lot of agents, I meet agents that are selling, multiple houses a year, they're doing okay, but it's kind of been this throwing stuff against the wall. That agent could say, okay, what if I build back and put a little intentionality and a little structure in it? So yeah, I wrote it with that agent in mind as well, to where if you've been in the business 5 years and you've kind of just winging it, and you want to turn it into a little bit
Find
more of
some
a
structure.
business, have a structure. I tend to think the difference between a job and a business is systems. You can do
Preach.
a job or you can run a business. And I think this can help. Hopefully will help someone run a business.
Yeah,
I love
I'm
that.
sure it will.
So my questions for you is, what is the biggest misconception for people that go into their beginning and they're like, I've decided I want to be a real estate agent. What do you think for new agents coming in? What's like a small little piece of advice for them that you could say this fits a new agent?
I think I heard 3 questions in there.
I know.
I'll go with one of them. I think a misconception is once you get your license, then you're going to be selling property. All getting your license does is give you a ticket to play. Like, you really have 3 jobs as a real estate agent, and none of them are getting your license. Like, getting your license is just now you're on the field and you can play. But I tend to think you have 3 jobs. You have to find clients, you have to serve those clients, and you have to run your business. I think that most agents struggle in this business because they don't do the first job. They come in ready to do the second job. I want to show houses and sell houses and all that.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, but if you don't find clients, you're not going to have any clients to serve and to provide amazing service for. So I think that that's the 3 jobs, though. You have to do that. And you don't have to know any of that coming into it, but you do have to learn to do those along the way. And so, I get asked the question. I remember having coffee at Mama Jean's, and he said, Chris, what's the number 1 reasons agents fail? It was so easy. Inaction. They just don't do it. It's not rocket science. Like, there's a ton of agents in the business, a lot of great agents. There's a lot of agents in the business that are not known as brilliant, but they're killing it. Why? Because you don't have to be smartest person in the room. You just have to be willing to work.
Yeah.
Like, I did a little video a couple years ago, kind of just jacking around, and I said, hey guys, there's this thing that's really working for agents right now. You know what it is? Work. And it was a little tongue in cheek, but that's, inaction is the thing that kills agents. If if you just keep moving forward, you will figure it out eventually. And if you don't, it's because you're not supposed to do this. And that's okay too.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that advice.
Yeah.
Very good.
So good. What's your closing for us today?
What do you want to talk about?
I want you to tell us something inspirational. I want you to tell us something inspiring.
I think that, here, I guess I'll say this, because we've talked to people, we've said some things, I've said some things that may be helpful for that person that's on the fence and they're thinking about, do I want to do real estate? I think that there's a class that I teach to new realtors, and one of my favorite parts of that I always include is just this aspect of kudos to you for choosing such an important industry to be a part of. Howard Schultz said we're not in the coffee business selling to people. We're in the people business selling coffee.
I love it.
And I think in real estate, this is such a people business. Like, I get it.
100%.
You want to see houses, that's fine. Like, honestly, I use real estate to develop people. I like houses, but whatever. I love people, and I like developing people, and I like investing in people.
Yeah.
So if you are someone that wants to invest in people, that wants to love on people and serve people, think about it. It's the most expensive home investment, the biggest investment someone will ever make. It's where they're writing the stories of their life, and moving is stressful. You get to be the guide to come alongside and say, hey, I want to help. I want to make this better. This next dream chapter can be a nightmare if you don't have a good guide by you. So I want to be that guide. So for those who are looking to get involved with real estate, I did it 25 years ago. I've hated my life some days. It's part of it. I'd be lying if I said it was all perfect. But man, it is a really meaningful industry to be a part of.
I think for me, as an escrow officer, one of the exciting things that I get to witness, not on every closing, but most closings, that agent has built a relationship with those buyers or sellers,
For
and
sure.
they've really built a bond. And I think really building on that and making sure you have contact and making sure you're keeping that connection with them. So because eventually they're going to buy or sell another home. But just that connection, that personal, like I had Andi in today with first-time home buyers, and their connection and their relationship was so genuine. And that's what I loved about the genuine connection and that friendship that Andi has taken with these first-time home buyers.
Yeah, and that's the best part and probably the hardest part. You know,
hardest,
the agents that are at my brokerage, I love these people, like genuinely love these people. And sometimes they move away or quit or go to another brokerage, whatever that is. All those things happen, but this is like, but I care about you. You know, these are people that you're vested in and you care about. That's the hardest part, but it's also the best part because you get to work with people you care about, and in turn, they care about you. So.
Well, we are so excited that you joined us for our little mini podcast today. We're really appreciative for your insight and your words and
knowledge.
We love it that he pops in here every day and sneaks
Best
snacks.
in the house. We got jerky, we got healthy bars, we got coffees.
And his
whatever you
face
want.
when he goes, "It's the last bag of jerky." I'm like, "Take it. It's
Yes,
okay.
yes, that's
We
right.
got one."
Best snacks right here.
Best snacks.
And
All
good
right.
company.
Yay!
There you go. I love it. Thank
All right,
you, Chris.
thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you.
See you next time.